Number 6, Old King Thor. Old King Thor is what happens when a god endures countless battles, tragedies, and apocalypses, becoming something stronger and far more relentless. As the Allfather, he wields the Thor Force, his own enchanted version of the Odinforce, making him powerful enough to challenge cosmic threats head on. His strength is absurd. He fought Gorr's Black Berserkers continuously for 900 years. 900 years! It's like binge watching your least favorite show on loop, except the show is punching you in the face the whole time. And he survived it, driven purely by spite and sheer endurance. Even after being crucified to a comet and launched across the galaxy by Gorr, Thor broke free and returned to battle. He's practically indestructible. When Loki, wielding the all-black Necro sword, destroyed Asgard, disemboweled him, and tried to drown him in the living darkness of the symbiote, Thor kept fighting. His resilience borders on the impossible, refusing to die or even stay down. His mastery over energy manipulation is on a whole different level. He unleashed the power of the God Tempest to obliterate the all-black symbiote, something that had merged with the universe itself. Not even Gorr, who had become one of the most primordial darkness, could withstand Thor's assault. Despite all this power, Old King Thor is still a battle-worn warrior, carrying the weight of loss and duty. After eradicating the all-black symbiote and defeating Gorr, he entrusted Mjolnir to his granddaughters and sailed into the void to face entropy itself. Old King Thor is a testament to sheer willpower and godly might. He's fought gods, black holes, his own family, and universe-devouring nightmares. And no matter how brutal or hopeless the fight, he keeps going. Number 5, Necro King Thor. Old King Thor had always been one of the strongest beings in the universe. He'd lived longer than any god should, fought gods, monsters, and horrors beyond comprehension. But when he took up the all-black, he became something else entirely. The Necro King, as usual, Thor's bad decisions started with Galactus showing up uninvited. Midgard was already a dead world, long abandoned by life. Thor still visited, mourning its silence. So when Galactus arrived to devour it, Thor did what he always does. Picked a fight, it didn't go well. Galactus swatted him into deep space like a buzzing gnat. That's when Thor realized something horrifying. He wasn't strong enough. So in a fit of desperation and predictably bad judgment, Thor reached for all black, the Necro sword, the cursed weapon of Null, god of the abyss. A blade so powerful it once killed Celestials for fun. With all black in his hands, Thor wasn't just stronger, he was on a completely different level. The Necro sword made him faster, tougher, and more terrifying than ever. Shadow constructs? Check. Living abyssal weapons? Yep. Healing factor so broken it made godhood look like child's play? His strength, already absurd, multiplied. But here's the kicker. All black isn't just a weapon. It's a parasite. A cosmic horror that grants unimaginable power but whispers dark, terrible things. It's how Null slaughtered gods and rampaged through the cosmos. Corrupted by the symbiote's hunger, Thor turned on Galactus and nearly killed him. The devourer of worlds, whose tanked attacks from Odin and Silver Surfer, was on the ropes against the berserk Necro Thor. But even gods have limits. The damage caught up to him, and Thor collapsed. But in his defeat, he accidentally performed a miracle. His blood, tainted by godhood, spilled across dead earth, and life sprouted. Flowers bloomed, trees rose from ash, Midgard was long dead, began to heal. With his granddaughters by his side, King Thor spent the rest of his days tending the world he'd accidentally revived. The god of thunder had wielded ultimate darkness, fought at Oblivion's edge, and in the end, became a god of life once more. Number 4, Herald of Thunder Thor. What happens when Thor becomes Galactus' herald? You get the Herald of Thunder, cosmic-powered god with a power cosmic in one hand and Mjolnir in the other. For a brief, terrifying period, Thor wasn't just a king or a warrior. He was something far more dangerous. It all started when Galactus, again, crash-landed into Asgard like a bad omen wrapped in cosmic fire. Thor, even the hammer first, questions later type, swung first, but Galactus wasn't there to fight. He was there to warn. The Black Winter was coming, a cosmic force of entropy, a living storm that devours entire realities. It destroyed the previous universe, leaving nothing but Galactus himself. Unlike Galactus, who snacks on planets, the Black Winter consumes everything: gods, stars, time itself. It leaves only void, and now it wanted this universe. Galactus needed power to stop it. And Thor, being Thor, agreed to help. Galactus, being Galactus, decided help meant ownership. Before Thor could even shout a battle cry, the Devourer hit him with the power cosmic. As Galactus' new herald, Thor's power became absurd. The power cosmic fused with his Asgardian physiology, making him faster, stronger, and nearly indestructible. His divine lightning, now cosmic infused, could tear through space itself. Thor planned to evacuate planets before Galactus feasted, leading fleets of refugees to safety. Galactus? Not impressed. When they reached the final planet, he ignored Thor's efforts and devoured it instantly. Millions of lives snuffed out. Not just a betrayal, an insult. To Galactus, Thor wasn't an equal, just a cosmic tour guide. The explosion should have been enough to kill anyone. Thor tanked it like a warm breeze. Things got messy. He clashed with Beta Ray Bill, ending the argument by slapping Bill into a moon and shattering Stormbreaker. Then it was all about keeping Galactus in check until the Black Winter arrived. Thor battled the end of all things, held it off for 14 seconds, an eternity against something that erases universes. But the highlight? His God Blast. A single devastating strike that dwarfed Galactus and made the Black Winter bleed. That's when Galactus realized his mistake, because Thor is no one's servant. Number 3, Herald of None Thor. Thor was once the Herald of Thunder, wielding the power cosmic and chauffeuring Galactus around like the universe's most overqualified Uber driver. Now, he stands alone. Herald of None. This is how he fired his boss, blew up his old job, and put God of Thunder back on his resume. It started with an uneasy truce. Thor and Galactus, longtime frenemies, teamed up to fight against the Black Winter, a living apocalypse that devoured the last universe like an all-you-can-eat buffet. But when Thor demanded to see his own fate, the Black Winter did something weird. It took his shape. Apparently, Thor's ultimate doom was Thor. But the real shocker, the Black Winter called Galactus by his true title, Herald of the Black Winter. Turns out Galactus had made the deal in his old universe, serve the Black Winter, and get to live. Instead, he ran, hid, and lied. Now the Black Winter was here to collect. Galactus, being Galactus, responded by throwing a cosmic tantrum. Thor, tired of being lied to and used, decided it was time for a little workplace restructuring. One bolt of divine lightning later, Galactus was stripped of his power, which Thor promptly made his own. With his new strength, Thor shattered his previous limits, achieving feats once thought impossible. Galactus, the galaxy's biggest cosmic menace, was now just a dried-up husk. Thor, still furious, raised Mjolnir and crushed his chest, sending the Devourer of Worlds straight into the afterlife's unemployment line. The Black Winter, unbothered, it didn't want to fight, it wanted Galactus back. Thor was done taking orders. If the Black Winter wanted Galactus, it could have him, just not in one piece. Thor turned Galactus into the universe's biggest bomb. One final lightning-charged explosion obliterated the Black Winter and took out his ex-boss. Or so he thought. From the wreckage, a single snowflake drifted down, the last sliver of the Black Winter. It whispered a final offer: "Want to see how you die?" Thor, who clearly never learned, said yes. He crushed the snowflake, saw his fate, and for the first time in centuries, the God of Thunder fell silent. What he saw, well, kinda unclear, but you could see it for yourself. As he stood over the ruins of Galactus' armor, one thing was clear. Thor wasn't anyone's herald anymore. Thor, Herald of None, had officially quit. Phoenix King Thor. When a god wields the Phoenix Force, the universe burns. When Thor wields it, the universe files a noise complaint. This is how King Thor, the last Allfather, got sick of everyone's nonsense, fought Wolverine, punched Doom into a volcano, and became the ultimate cosmic firebird. It started at the end of time. Thor, old, tired, but still stubborn, met Logan, now the Phoenix Force's favorite chew toy. Logan spent eons slicing stars and torching black holes, but had one last gig: burn the universe down for good. Thor, ever the optimist, thought maybe they should not do that. So they fought. Planet shattered, the sky caught fire, and Logan, now a galaxy-sized bird, tried to rip Thor's last good eye out. Thor responded by punching a hole through Logan's chest with Mjolnir. Normal Logan, that's a KO. Phoenix Logan, that's just a bad Tuesday. This Logan dropped the real bombshell. By resurrecting Earth, Thor had caught the attention of something worse than the Phoenix: Doom. But not just any Doom. This Doom had every power: Starbrand, Iron Fist, Sorcerer Supreme, Spirit of Vengeance. Probably even had an Infinity Gauntlet in his pocket for emergencies. And he was not happy. Doom shrugged off Mjolnir, incinerated Logan, and hit Thor with the penance stare, forcing him to relive every questionable decision he ever made. Given Thor's history, that took a while. Thor collapsed, broken, muttering Gore had been right. Then Logan came back, again. Logan, done with Thor's pity party, gave a motivational speech, called him an idiot, and did something insane. He picked up Mjolnir. Before Thor could yell, "That's not how this works," Logan burned himself to ash, fusing the Phoenix Force with the hammer. And just like that, Thor became the Phoenix King, a god wielding the power of cosmic rebirth and destruction. With the Phoenix Force coursing through his veins, he already had divine strength reaching an immeasurable level, allowing him to wield fire hot enough to burn stars into nothing and energy vast enough to reshape reality itself. Doom scoffed. Thor hit him so hard they crashed through the Earth's crust and into the mantle. 99 years of fire and lightning tearing through the sky, the ground shook. People built a grave for Logan. They probably took bets on who'd crawl out first. Eventually, the Earth spat out Doom's mask. Thor, completely naked, emerged victorious. Number 1, Rune King Thor. Rune King Thor isn't just Thor with extra magic. This is Thor tearing through the fabric of fate, gaining absolute knowledge, and deciding enough was enough. It started with war. Loki, backed by an army of monsters and a pile of enchanted Mjolnir knockoffs, unleashed hell on Asgard. The city fell. Gods were slaughtered. Thor barely survived. He returned with the Avengers, but found only ruins. The war claimed Asgard's mightiest: Fandral, Hogun, Valkyrie, Geodur, and Curse. This wasn't the first Ragnarok Thor had seen, but it was the first time he wasn't ready. So he made himself ready. Thor journeyed to the Well of Mimir and sacrificed both his eyes for wisdom. What he learned was horrifying. Ragnarok wasn't just an endless cycle of death and rebirth, it was engineered. The gods were playthings for those who sit above in shadow, eldritch parasites feeding on Asgard's suffering. To break the cycle, Thor did what even Odin feared. He died. He hung himself from Yggdrasil, following his father's path, but pushing further, shattering mortal and divine limits alike. Through this brutal ordeal, he unlocked the forbidden power of the runes. No longer bound by fate, Thor saw past, present, and future simultaneously. His newfound knowledge could rewrite destiny itself. When he returned, Ragnarok ended. Mangog, a creature as strong as Odin, powered by the hatred of billion souls, was dismissed with the wave of Thor's hand, freeing those souls in an instant. Loki, amped beyond reason, absorbing Magog's magic, got his head ripped off. Thor kept him alive just to make a point. Then came the final act: Yggdrasil, the World Tree, the infinite structure holding all planes of existence across space and time. Thor destroyed it, along with the Loom of Fates, burning them to ash. No more cycles, no more manipulation. Those who sit above in shadow, possibly even beyonders in disguise, were shattered. Gods of gods erased by Thor's defiance. Ragnarok was over. And then he rested. Because when you rewrite the fate of gods, wrecked cosmic parasites, and erased an infinite tree, even the Rune King deserves a nap. That's it. From classic to cosmic, the God of Thunder has had some wild power-ups. Do you agree with the rankings, or did we underestimate your favorite version? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. See you next time.